City.
Actually, that's spot on.
It is spot on.
All the competition that try to compete.
Everything is spot on.
What's up, family? Welcome back here to Spot On Sports, the new wave of sports where we're not just accurate, but spot on. This is a new episode of My Point Exactly. Today, I am joined by my brother, Xavier. What's up, Xavier? How you doing, man?
What's going on, y'all? What's going on, good people, man? Ready to get back to it. Been away for a minute.
Right, man. It's good to have you back, man. The other guys, they're missing in action this week, but we got some good things we're going to talk about. Let's start off tonight by talking about the NBA. As you know, the Warriors right now, the hottest team in the NBA, as they just recently ended the Phoenix Suns streak of, about 16, 17 games in a row. Steph Curry's been having an MVP-like season thus far. Team chemistry has been looking amazing, but they are still missing one piece. Klay Thompson is set to make his return coming up in the next few weeks or a month. And with the addition of Klay Thompson, the Warriors are already looking fantastic, Xavier. So once Klay makes his return, does this automatically make the Warriors the team to beat once again in the NBA?
Sorry about that. Honestly, I don't want to say the favorites. I know Steph Curry is playing at a very extremely high MVP level, man. And honestly, I never thought he would play like this again. Like, I thought he would be great, but not like MVP type of season great. So it's shocking to me, and it's scary. Don't get me wrong; they're definitely going to be a top two team, top two or third team in the NBA. But I just feel like they might be they proved it in 2015 or 16 that they could be the best regular season team we ever seen. But it's different when you're in the playoffs. You know, the MVP, that's cool. The way they playing right now, that's cool. But I want to. What would impress me more if they play like that in the playoffs? I want to see what they do in the playoffs. And Klay Thompson, if they playing like this, I can only imagine how great they would be with Klay Thompson. But I think that you got to watch out for teams like the Bulls. I think the Bulls need to get their respect. You know, I said that since the beginning. The Bulls are going to be the team to beat as well. We got to pay attention to the Bucks. We got to pay attention. You know, the Lakers are shaky right now, but when they get that all figured out, which I think after All-Star break, I think that'll be another team to beat as well. So, in the Phoenix Suns, I think you got to watch out for them too. I think the Warriors got to, just because you got the first win, I think the Warriors still got to be worried about them as well.
No, I agree with you 100%, man. I think the Suns pose the biggest threat to the Warriors.
Exactly.
You know, having all those key players, they got a guy like Chris Paul who can lead the team, and then you got multiple scorers. You know, with Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton, you got Jay Crowder putting in some points. Mikal Bridges, he been putting up some points coming out the bench. You know, so they got a good solid team around them. And I agree with you on the Lakers too. I think the Lakers, they got to build that chemistry, man. You know, they got the talent for sure. They got the talent to beat anyone in the league on paper. But they got to get that team chemistry, figure out who's going to dominate the ball every possession. Will it be Russ? Will it be LeBron? Like how they want to maneuver when they have both of those guys on the court. But I still think, man, I think the Warriors I think they're still the team to beat, man. Like I said, they number one right now. It's still early, but when you add Klay Thompson in the way that their team has already been building chemistry without Klay, I think it's going to be a lot better once Klay get out there, because Klay is the type of player you don't really have to throw him in the offense. He just sit there in the corner. He'll sit on the floor somewhere quietly. He's not going to ask you for the ball or nothing. Klay just going to be out there like he been out there, you know, and they just going to find the ball, going to find Klay. But the Suns, I think that's a team for sure that can challenge the Warriors deep in the playoffs. Eastern Conference, I like the Bulls. I like the Bulls a lot. Another team that I feel like people haven't been really talking too much about is Miami. I think Kyle Lowry is going to make a huge difference for them in the playoffs. You know, he's going to take some of that pressure off of Tyler Hero. You know, Duncan Robinson, they had to guard most of these premier premier guards in the playoffs. So somebody like Kyle Lowry bringing that championship pedigree, that leadership to the locker room, you know, that's going to help Miami a lot come playoff time. How you feeling about like Boston and Philly?
Now there's rumors going around now that's saying Damian Lillard want to play with Ben Simmons. I don't know if Damian trying to get out of Portland to the. I don't know how that happens. I don't. But Boston and Philly. I like Philly better. I ain't gonna lie. I like Philly better because Joel Embiid is the best player out of everybody on Boston. I believe. Even Jason Tatum. I think he's a better player than Jason Tatum. I just think I like Philly. They got the talent for. I mean, Boston is deep. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like they don't have that mentality as Philly do. You know, I think
they don't have that grit.
You feel me?
Grit.
And Joel Embiid, he wants it. He wants it, man. He's tired of getting bounced out in the second round, third round. He's tired of getting bounced out. You know, but I'm rocking with Philly. I'm definitely rocking with Philly.
Okay. One last question. So there's been reports saying that Kyrie Irving, he will not play a game for the Brooklyn Nets. They say he will not reportedly play this season unless he's traded.
Right.
Who needs to be going and get Kyrie out of Brooklyn, man? It's 29 of the teams in the league. Somebody can use Kyrie Irving on their team. Who needs to be calling the Brooklyn Nets?
It's a few teams out there. I feel like the Utah Jazz. I feel like
that'll be a good fit
with him and what's that kid number 45 Mitchell? Yeah, him and Mitchell. There. I would go to Timberwolves. I would go to the Clippers. Who else?
Now tell me this. I don't mean to cut you off.
No, you good.
How do you feel if Kyrie was to go to Philly? And like they got rid of Simmons. I don't know. You know, I'm not saying that I'm not saying that Brooklyn is interested in Simmons at all. There's no reports. That's a disclaimer. But this is just a question of mine. If you were to see, you know, if they would have said, hey, we want to bring Kyrie to Philly because Philly needs a guard, man. Big time. They need a guard. They got some young cats over there, but they need some leadership at that guard position. And I think it'll be good for Ben Simmons, I'm sorry. I think it'll be good for him to go to Brooklyn too, because that's a team where he doesn't have to be ball dominant. You know, he can come off of screens and set them screens for Harden and catch the pick and rolls, you know, roll into the basket playing with KD.
Honestly, yeah, that'll be good. But he won't be playing the point guard position. He'd be like more like the power forward or something.
Right, absolutely.
So he won't be a point guard, and he won't have to shoot the ball because you know you got your shooters. So I think it would definitely help him out, man. Help his career out, revive his career right now because it's going downhill right now a little bit. I think that would be good. And the Kyrie and Joel Embiid, that'd be nasty. That'd be real nasty.
That's what I was really thinking. I want to see Kyrie get with a big man, that he can just, you know, 1 and 2, just him and a big man, like Shaq and Kobe.
Exactly. And players will have to respect Kyrie from the three-point line, which will open up for not Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid. It will open up for Joel Embiid down in the paint. So, I mean, you know, I like that because guarding Ben Simmons, you ain't got to guard there. You can just stay on, you know what I'm saying, stay close to Joel, you know what I'm saying? So, I definitely get that. Now, the only thing that I can think of is that Kyrie doesn't have the defense Ben Simmons has, so that's the only thing that they lack a little bit. But it's all right, man. It's Kyrie. Come on now. The team is good.
But that's just an interesting, scenario I was thinking about. But let's go ahead and talk about our second topic. We're going to switch over to the NFL. As you guys know, we're coming closer and closer to the end of the NFL season. I think we're winding down to about 5 or 6 games left. it's getting kind of tight at the end of the NFC race for the playoff race. So out of the top 7 spots right now, we got about 7 teams fighting for those last 2 spots. I'm gonna go ahead and list those teams for you. We got the Washington football team. We got the Atlanta Falcons, the Carolina Panthers, San Francisco 49ers, Minnesota Vikings, the New Orleans Saints, and the Philadelphia Eagles. So out of those 7 teams, there's only 2 spots at the bottom of the bracket that's going to be available for them. Out of these 7 teams, who is most likely to grab these spots?
Carolina, and give me the Eagles.
Carolina and the Eagles. All right, let's start off. Why Carolina?
Well, I'm a little biased, but that's my squad as of right now because of Cam, man. So I think, first of all, they got the experience. This ain't the first time we've been at the bottom, but this ain't the first time, you know what I'm saying? So we got the experience. The defense was looking pretty good this year, but the last couple of games they wasn't playing like, you know, how we normally play. Giving up all those third downs and stuff. Man, it was crazy. And Cam, I know last game, I think it was versus Miami, if I'm not mistaken. I think so. I believe so, or if it was versus Miami, yeah. He threw like 2 interceptions and he got benched or something like that. And I think Cam is motivated, and the chemistry with the team already he got with them. I think they can make something special. They always got to come together, you know what I'm saying, as a team. Defense gotta hold the fort down more than anything. But I think Cam can make something happen with Christian McCaffrey. What's my boy name? Number 11. I forgot his name. Number 11. Anderson, I think. Yeah. Yeah. I couldn't think of his name. Yeah, Anderson. We can all make something happen, man. So and our defense is really pretty good, man. We got some young dudes out there too. So I just hope they can come together. I believe so. With the schedule we have, we got to face Tampa twice. That's the only problem I'm scared of right now. We got to face Tampa twice. But other than that, we should have beaten Miami. We just gotta beat these teams, man, because this is easy wins, and I don't want it to cost us. Now Philly, I can't say a lot about Philly. I'm gonna be honest with you, but I'm gonna say this. I feel like Jalen Hurts, Devontae Smith, and Slay. I feel like not just those 3 key guys, but I feel like they can steal a few games. You know, don't get me wrong, it'll be close. It'll be a dogfight, close game. But I feel like they can hang in there, man. I don't know if Fletcher Cox is still on the defensive line down there. I'm not too sure.
He is.
And he's not injured, right? He's not injured, right?
Nah, he's been playing.
So I don't know why I thought he was injured, but I just hope they can come together, man. Like Carolina will. I know they will, but I feel like they can steal a couple of games. I don't remember off the top of my head who they play next or what's the schedule looking like for them. But I thought if I can remember correctly, I thought those were some winnable games because they did beat somebody that surprised me and that gave me like, okay, y'all might make it as the last bracket.
Yeah. Well, Philly coming up next. They're about to go on a bye. They got Washington. They have the Giants. Then they're going to have Washington again. Then they're going to have the Cowboys. So a lot of divisional games going on for Philly coming down the stretch. But I want to
they can beat Washington.
I agree. Yeah. I agree with one of your picks, and I disagree with the other. I agree with the Philly one. I like Philly. You know, somebody in the NFC East is going to sneak into the playoffs besides the Cowboys. That's my belief. Not sure if it's going to be Philly. Not sure if it's going to be Washington because both of them have pretty good teams. It just depends on whose offense can be a little bit more consistent, in my opinion. But Carolina, I'm shocked that you said Carolina, especially given that the news about Joe Brady, which I'm sure you heard, Carolina has parted ways with Joe Brady. So y'all lost the offensive coordinator. And on top of that, I believe Christian McCaffrey, didn't he get like re-injured or something like that?
Yeah.
So,
I think
he had like Carolina right now.
Was,
right, something going on, but you know, but they, I feel like they, you know, they're still trying to figure things out right now, and I feel like it'd be really, really tough for them to make the playoffs. If they're gonna make it, they have to get the ball rolling starting this week. You know, they can't be benching Cam. they got to roll with, whoever's going to be their leader and just, figure it out, roll with it as a team. But the team I want to say who I would think would take Carolina's spot would be the San Francisco 49ers.
I knew you was like, I said that in my head. I knew you was going, I was saying 49ers in my head. If
they stay healthy. I know they just lost a close game, Seattle. Seattle was able to beat them, but, they didn't have Deebo Samuel, which has been, he has to be like an MVP candidate this year. I mean, he's the first wide receiver I think they said he ran for, it's some type of rushing accolade, for receivers. I think he was like the first wide receiver to run for a touchdown in 3 consecutive NFL games in history, So, I mean, they got this guy all over the field, man. Deebo Samuel's been playing lights out for them, and they got George Kittle back in the middle of the season, so he's kind of still fresh. If the defense can continue to play the way they've been playing, and that offense can, find a running game and be consistent, stay healthy, I think the 49ers can sneak into the playoffs myself, man.
Facts. I'm not mad at that. And I agree with Deebo Samuel. That man been balling. And I can't argue with that, the 49ers pick. But, I had to pick Carolina because, Cam, man. I'm going to roll with him. I don't care. We 0-17. I'm going to still say Carolina.
Well, right now, it's real tough.
Man, you got Carolina sitting at 5-7, New Orleans sitting at 5-7, and so is Atlanta. So Tampa Bay, they clear sailing right now. But one of those teams could possibly sneak in the playoffs out of the NFC South. And I expect for sure somebody to come out the NFC East besides the Cowboys.
Oh,
we're going to see you guys.
For sure.
Well, you have any last takes, any last comments?
Oh, no, I don't.
All right, man. All right, well, we appreciate you guys for tuning in with us this week. This is, again, another episode of My Point Exactly here on Spot on Sports. I am your host, Jermaine, joined by my boy, Xavier. Man, y'all know where to catch us every single week. Check out some of the other shows. We got SOS Discussions. We got She Got Game. We got At the Daiquiri Shop. We live every single week in Dallas. If you're in Dallas, make sure y'all go to Spot on Sports on Instagram or Facebook. Get that information to find out where y'all can catch us live in the city. Come check us out for some of these live games and events. Y'all be sure to share some of the videos, subscribe, like, comment, and again, be blessed, man. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
We thank you guys for tuning in to this week's episode. Be sure to check out more shows here on this YouTube page, such as SOS Discussions or My Point Exactly. And most of all,
keep watching Spot on Sports.
the new wave of sports that's sweeping the nation. We're not just accurate, it's spot on.